Hi, this is my review on the Vax Blade 24v Cordless Hoover, which I was kindly sent from AO.com to review. Just to comment on the service, they really informative, really easy to use as well. You've got an email confirmation and you'll have a text message to confirm. You'll even have that text message then on the day of your delivery. They also sent me through the name of the delivery driver who is actually going to be delivering the product, which I thought was really good, especially, if some of their customers are vulnerable people. So it's really nice to know who's coming to your door. Okay, so onto the product. As you can see there, this is the box it came in. It's quite a little compact box. It wasn't heavy to lift. Just shows you then a couple of the features there, which I'll talk about in a moment. And now over to the Vax Blade. As you can see now, I've got the brush bar attachment on there. It does come with 3 attachments in total, including that one. So you've got that one. You've also got your brush tool, which is this one here. And you've also got then your edging tool as well, which is this one. Also, as you can see then, I'm leaning it against the unit. That's probably one of the negatives, I will say. I wish it kind of stood up, but they do actually send you like a bracket here with some fixings there for you to pop it onto a wall or something if you wanted to. As for the charger itself, it's just a mains adapter, so everyone pretty much knows these, so you just plug it in, and I'll show you in a moment where that goes. It does break down into 3 attachments, which I'll show you then later on. But just to show you now the Hoover itself, I'll just lay it down for you. I like the colours, I must say. It's quite smart. Really easy, really light and easy. I say it's light. It does have a little bit of a weight to it, but it's not something that's unmanageable in my opinion. On the side here, you've got obviously your dirt or dust catcher, whichever you want to call it. Really easy to use, to empty I should say. It's just a little clip here, you push down and this then pops off for you to empty out. And then on the other side here, you can see there, you've got your lock and unlock indication. So this is where your filter is, so it's just turning that, obviously pulling it off, which I want now. And then you can empty that and give the filter a little shake on when you need to clean it. So pop that back on. And just to show you then the buttons, you've got a boost mode and you've got your brush bar then, so you can turn your brush bar on or off. So whether you're doing carpet or if you're doing wooden floor, I mean, I've used the brush bar on wooden floor as well. I find it pretty good, so it's whatever suits you. And also then you can see the battery there, it goes up to the 100% mark, so you know what charge you've got left. When you do get your product, you do need to charge it for 4 hours prior to your first use, and this just extends the life of your battery then. And as I said, you know when it needs charging because it indicates you there. I'll just show you how the unit breaks down now first. You've got the three bits that it breaks down into. So it's just a clip here. You just pop it down. I can even do it with one hand, so really easy. And this one then, I'll just pop that on. It's a clip, push it down, and off it comes. So, I mean, this is ideal, obviously, if you're doing your floors. I also found it really good if you want to do, if you want to get to any cobwebs or something that are sort of up in the coving area. So it reaches for you. Also then, if you want to use the small piece here, which I find really good for doing the stairs, and you've also, like I showed you earlier, the edging tool. I have tried it in the car. In all honesty, yes, it was good in the car, but I did find it on the little awkward side. I found that because this is a little bulky, so when you're trying to sort of get into into where your seats and, around little corners and things, it's quite hard to get under things. If you're doing your boot and things like that, no problem. But when you're trying to get into the little nooks and crannies, I do find this a little bit on the awkward side to sort of hold and manoeuvre, because like I said earlier, it does have a little bit of a weight to it. But, you know, it does do the job. So what I'll do now, I'll just pop it all back together and I'll show you it in action. Okay, I've just brought it up now to show it on carpet for you. I'll just turn the unit on. I'm also going to use the brush bar on this as well. So bear with me, I've only got the one hand, but to turn it on, you've got your button on the top of the handle here. So turn it on. It's on the boost mode at the moment. I'm just going to pop the brush bar on. There we go. So you know it's on, the indication's on, and that's on 75% at the moment. So that's my battery charge. As you can see there, I got a few little bits of fluff there from socks and that sort of thing, which drive me crazy. So let's just give that a little hoover. As you can see there, it's really easy and really sort of lightweight as you're using it, especially with the brush bar on. I find it kind of does the work for you. It kind of pulls the unit forward almost, so you don't really need to give it a lot of effort. Really manoeuvrable. As you can see, the head there swivels, so you know, if you do have any corners and things you need to get in, you can really like manoeuvre it into any sort of little corners there. I'll just turn the brush bar off as well for you to see. So as you can see there, the indication on the bottom, so you know the brush bar is off because the light went off there. I find this is pretty good when you're doing sort of wooden floor and that sort of thing, but I'll just turn it off now so you can hear. In all fairness, for a handheld unit, I do find this picks up extremely well. I've actually been using this more than my regular hoover, so what I'll do now, I'll just show it onto the wooden floor for you to see that also, so bear with me. Okay, so I've just brought it onto the wooden floor here. As you can see, I've got a rug there, and I literally can, it's good that you can go from the floor, you know, the wooden floor to the carpet or rug, as it were. The other thing which I haven't mentioned, I'm not sure if you can see here, the actual head is quite flat, so I do find it really good when you sort of, if you want to get under like little units, I don't know if you can see my unit here, I can sort of get under a little bit, so you can sort of get under there. And I'll just pop it on for you now for you to see. So bear with me, one hand. So let's turn the unit on. I haven't got the brush bar on at the moment, but I have got the boost mode. And what I'll do as well, I'll show it without the boost mode. So if I just turn that off, so you can hear the power go down. It obviously save a little bit, last a little bit longer if you wanted to. So like I said, there's no brush bar on there. Personally, I like the brush bar. I actually use it on the wooden floor as well. So, but you can literally go from the wooden floor up onto the carpet, pop your brush bar on there, lights up so you know it's on. You can see now I'm on 50% now. And you can see the brush bar is on because the green light on the bottom of the unit there is on as well. So you can see that also. I mean, you can see the way the head is moving around. The other thing as well, if you've got any furniture you want to get under, so you can get under there. Let's just turn it off for a moment. As you saw earlier when I broke it down, I found that that's ideal if you want to do your stairs or anything like that as well. And the other sort of good feature, I suppose you could say, is, like I mentioned earlier, I haven't actually used my main hoover since having this, and you know, if you're up and down the stairs lugging a big hoover, it's a little bit of a pain, so not to mention a bit awkward and heavy, and this is so easy to lug up and down the stairs. It's so much quicker. If you know you're having your nip around, like I say, is ideal. The battery life, I'm not sure if I mentioned, is 35 minutes. So you've got a good charge on there, so you know it will last you. So you know, my overall opinion is that I'd give this, you know, 9.8 out of 10, and the only thing I'd let down is obviously it doesn't stand on its own, but other than that, great product from Vax. Absolutely love the Vax Blade, so highly recommend it. So thank you.